Alexandre Pantoja and Brandon Royval in the flyweight division. Alexandre Pantoja and Brandon Royval on the feet are very, very even because Brandon Royval is going to be 4 inches taller and is going to have a 2.5-inch reach advantage. So on the feet, at range, he can definitely stay on the outside and get his strikes on the outside, jab, 1-2, leg kicks, body kicks, all that type of stuff, and win the fight at range. But we know Alexandre, he has a lot of power in his hands. Out of 23 wins and 5 losses in the UFC, you got a knockout win on Wilson Hayes, got a knockout win on Matt Schnell. Let's see where he's had a lot of other knockout wins, but those two are the most notable out of all of them. 8 knockouts, 9 submissions, and 8 decision wins right there. So Alexandre has a lot of power. Brandon Royval, he doesn't really have that much power in my opinion. Only 3 knockout wins, 8 submissions, and 1 decision right there. But if I would have to pick someone to get the knockout, it would definitely be Alexandre Pantoja. On the feet, I see Brandon keeping range and then eventually looking to latch in a takedown and get the fight to the ground, or just stay in range and just winning the fight that way. If I was Alexandre Pantoja, lots of pressure, get the fight in close distance, and just start throwing. Because when you get into that firefight between Pantoja and Royval, who's going to win the firefight? It's going to be a Pantoja. He has a lot more power. He's going to be a lot faster of a striker than Brandon Royval. He's going to have the advantage there for sure. So close the distance, throw a lot of pressure, and then just make it a firefight in close quarters on Brandon Royval and look for the knockout. If that does not work, I still think he does have the wrestling advantage over Brandon Royval, plus the fact that Brandon does like to go for a lot of submissions on bottom. Got a guillotine, an armbar submission win, triangle, armbar, triangle again. I mean, all of his submission wins are on the ground by guillotine, armbar, or triangle. Every single one of them are ground submission wins where he's on his back, he's going for the guillotine, on the back, going for the triangle. Everything, all the submissions are him on the back. So I kind of give that an advantage to Alexandre Pantoja because if Brandon Royval wants to go to the back, Alexandre has really good jiu-jitsu as well, and I believe we'll be able to defend those submissions from the bottom and just get a little control time as well. So the striking, I see Alexandre putting a lot of pressure and trying to land it with that right hand and closing that distance, getting the takedown and controlling on the ground as well. So on the feet, I see it really, really close, but I see Alexandre letting the more powerful strikes and letting it a little bit more because he's faster and more powerful as well. So I give him the advantage on the feet. In the clinch, I'll give Alexandre the advantage as well. And then on the ground, I'll give the advantage to Alexandre with the wrestling and the control on top of Brandon Royval. But you never know. Those sneaky submissions on the bottom from Brandon Royval. The guillotine, the triangle, the armbar. He can definitely latch one up, but I don't think that's gonna happen with the really good jiu-jitsu of Alexandre Pantoja. I do think the fight is gonna stay on the feet for a little bit, then go to the ground, then go to the clinch. It's gonna be all over the place in terms of where the fight takes place, but everywhere the fight goes, in my opinion, I do think Alexandre Pantoja will have the advantage. So my prediction: Alexandre Pantoja winning the fight by a unanimous decision right there. Really good fight in the flyweight division.